I'm Matt Sargent with ABC Acres, standing right next to this beautiful Burr Gamble oak tree. And today we're going to be talking about the forest of today. A lot of times in permaculture and agroforestry, people get really excited talking about their planting projects and the impact and what they'll be doing in 15 to 20 years from now. Well, this little tree right here, I mean little in the terms of what an oak tree can be, it was planted in the spring of 2015 as a 4-foot bare root whip. And it's already dwarfing me, probably 12, almost 15 feet tall. So we're going to cruise around and look at some of what we've planted in the last couple years and what they're doing and show you what you could expect in just a few short years. All right, let's go check it out. All right, at this point, I bet you're, yep, camera's on. All right. At this point, I bet you're wondering, I thought we were talking about trees. Why'd he just show us a fence line and a bunch of cow manure? Well, it all goes back to the trees. The tree belts themselves, they're only a year older than that Burr Gamble oak we just looked at. They were planted in the spring of 2014. Again, it's 2 to 4 foot tall bare root whips. Look behind me now. You can see they are excelling. This maple right here is probably even taller than that Burr Gamble oak. If you see me looking at this fence, it's not going to be in the video more than likely, but I just got shocked and it hurt. So I'm a little wary of it. Remember, electric fence is a psychological barrier. But anyways, one of the things that we're so excited about in trees and with trees is the ecosystem services they provide. Like shade. I'm standing in the shade. It's just a small tree, but our cattle who were in this paddock just this morning have already figured out that they can get afternoon shade by grazing along the fence line. And if any of you are cattlemen, you'll know that keeping cows cool keeps them grazing. They put on weight, they produce milk. Essentially, they're not stressed. If any of you have ever driven by the paddock with one single tree or pasture with one single tree and every cow in the county is heading under that tree is going to die. When you've got them up and down the fence line every 10 feet, the cows can spread out, they can graze, they can relax. So that's just one of the services, or one of the awesome things that you can look forward to in just 3.5 short years after planting trees, depending on the species. All right, so we're on the other side of the fence now, and I'm behind the camera. This way I'm very well away from that electricity. But we're gonna just walk up and down real quick along this row. And if you know your trees, you'll notice that it's mostly an alternating pattern of black locust and maples. But some of them are monstrous. Most of the black locusts, when they were planted, were only 2 foot tall trees. And now they're getting to the point where they're big enough that they're flowering in the spring, which is great early season fodder for the bees. And you can see, you look down that row, some of the maples are 15 plus feet tall. They're providing shade for our chickens, the soil, and helping control the temperature. If we turn around and walk back down the middle, you can see, oh, look, this chestnut tree is just, it's a little itty bitty guy. But that flag, that means that there was a dead tree there this spring. So we just replanted that. And yeah, we're losing some trees here and there, primarily due to voles girdling them. But if we walk down the belt, another beautiful locust, nice and tall. And oh, look at this chestnut. It's maybe only 6 feet tall, but it's got what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost, let's say 20 chestnuts on it. These will be delicious. Again, that tree is only not even 4 years old, planted in the spring of 2014. Same age, this one doesn't have as many chestnuts, but you can see it's already bearing fruit in this planting. More beautiful trees. All right. Here's some of those black locust seed pods. great for wildlife, or if you've got your own chickens or turkeys, a very high protein feed. Take a few of these out and toss them to the chickens. Occasionally we let the chickens run through the tree belts. They're generally busy cleaning up after our cattle. Now we're in one of the row ones in another tree belt next to one of my favorite medicinal plants, elderberry. If you watched last week's video, I believe it was episode 103, the last best superfood, about aronia berries. You saw we talked about aronia berries. In our third year, we got almost 60 pounds of aronia berries. Imagine what that's going to look like in 4 years. But that's not the point. We're talking about the forest of today. Most of our elderberries are fairly loaded with berries. This is a great medicinal plant. We're going to have more elderberry syrup than we know what to do with. And it's only 3 years in. Imagine what the future holds. But wait, that's not the point. Don't imagine the future. Enjoy today. Get out there and plant, because this is what you'll have in just a short 3 years. Yeah, we've been harvesting apples, nectarines, plums. Yeah, they're not bumper crops. The trees are still young, but it just goes to show that if you go out there and plant it, you're going to see a return on that investment very quickly, especially when you consider, all right, we're operating on almost 70 acres. We have thousands and thousands of trees. We're not necessarily giving these plants the individual love and attention that they need. On a much smaller acreage, say in your backyard, where you're going to maybe plant 2 of each different species, apple, pear, plum, peach, elderberry, aronia, raspberry, a good variety, but there's limited amounts. You're able to really give them care and attention and make sure that they all got the water and mulch and pruning that they needed, and you could protect them all from voles. Imagine what the productivity in 3 years would look like. That said, thanks for joining us today. And if you have any questions or comments, we always love to hear from you. So please let us know what you're thinking. And until next time, happy growing. Oh!